Hello, flight control. This is flight 666 coming into land. Back in 1979, my brother went to see a band that the press had been raving about. When he came home, he told me that band weren't going to come to anything. They were just a UFO copyist band. Hello, welcome back to the Adrian Project. I'm Adrian with a face for radio. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about that very band because I'm going to be doing my love of Iron Maiden. So, cue the music. Okay, so as normal with my For the Love of series, I'm just sharing with you the collection of what I've got, and in this case it's Iron Maiden. Here again, this is only half of what I used to have. You wheedle down your collection because you've either got duplicates or you've got nowhere to store them, or in some certain cases you've got bills to pay and there's no other way of paying them, but you've got to sell a bit of your collection off. Robbing Peter to pay Paul, isn't it? So I'm not bragging by any stretch of the imagination. There's people who's got infinitely more than what I've got, but this is my little collection for you and fellow Maiden fanatics to have a look at. So without further ado, let's have a look at my vinyl and my CD collection. Okay, so we're going to kick off the vinyl with an album that isn't an Iron Maiden album. It is a compilation album. This is Axe Attack. It was released mid to late 1980s, I think it was. I think it was by EMI, just as a cash grab for the popularity of heavy metal and new wave of British heavy metal and everything. Now, on the B-side, track 3, Iron Maiden's Running Free. Now, the initial releases of this album, by mistake, they put the demo version of Running Free on it. Subsequently, they recalled the rest of the albums, I think, re-released it with a single version of Running Free. I managed to bag a copy with a demo version on. If you want to listen to that track, go onto my YouTube page, go back into the deep depths of my videos, because I did do a video where I put that up and you can actually hear that version that ended up on this album. Okay, first album, Iron Maiden. Bought this when it first came out. Now, this is the album that Steve Harris has said many times wasn't happy with the mix on. It was a bit fraught, I think. With I think it was Will Malone, wasn't it, who produced it, and he said he weren't bothered to how it came out. The rest of us couldn't understand what he was on about, but there we go. He didn't like the mix on it. We did. So, next album up is the second album, Killers. Second album, its first lineup change on the recording side. So, look on the back, there's a nice picture when they played at the Rainbow. And it's the first album to feature Adrian Smith, who replaced Dennis Stratton. Absolutely love that album. Next one up, new album, another lineup change. This is the first album to feature Bruce Dickinson. Now, I went to see the band on the Number of the Beast tour, and this album hadn't come out when we went to see them on the tour. The only track we'd heard from this album was Run to Hills, which they just released as a single. That's the only track we knew from that, but absolutely love that album. Next one up, new album, another lineup change. This is the first one to feature Nico McBrain, who replaced Clive Burr. A lot of people say this is their favourite album. Really like this album a lot. Is it my favourite though? You're going to find out later on. I've got a nice little gatefold on it and an iconic picture. The lyrics inside as well. Right, they're all my vinyl albums. 12 inches. I've got Women in Uniform. That's got Invasion and the live version of Phantom of the Opera on. All lovely. I've also got an import of Sanctuary with Prowler on the B-side, live versions of Drifter, and I've got The Fire. And my last piece of vinyl is a 12-inch Holy Smoke. Now this has got a massive 60x40-inch poster inside, which you'll be able to see when I do my photo montage. I'm not going to get it out now. And the B-side of that, it's All in Your Mind and Kill Me to Swore, which are both cover versions, which Maiden seem to do. The B-side or it's sent to be a cover version or unreleased track of some sort or other. So that's on the vinyl. Right, moving on to the CDs. So on the CDs I've got first Iron Maiden album with the new version of the cover on this one. I actually do prefer that one. I'm not going to be too bent out of shape over it. So there we go. Second album is Killers. And of course, got Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind, which are all replacing my vinyl. And of course, we've got Powerslave, Live After Death. Try not to blind you all. Somewhere in Time. I was going to say Stranger in Strangeland there. That was the first track, wasn't it? Somewhere in Time. Awesome album, that. And the Seventh Son album. Cracking album, that. The Fear of the Dark album. Moving on. Sorry, I've got all piled up here. Next one up is No Prayer for the Dying. Then we had The X Factor. We've got Virtual 11. Next one up, Brave New World. Next one, That's Death. And we've got Death on the Road, which was taken from the That's Death tour. And we've got A Matter of Life and Death. Now that is one of the Iron Maiden albums. I don't know why, I just don't seem to be getting into it as much as the others. No idea why. It's a bad album. I don't know, I just don't seem to find it as appealing. The Final Frontier album, which had a lot of people panicking because of the title, they thought, is this going to be Iron Maiden's final album? Obviously it wasn't. It's a great album, that. And then I've got the book version of Book of Souls, another album that I'm really struggling to be getting into. A lot of good songs on it, but I feel it's a bit like Metallica's and Justice for All, where they're all great songs, but they don't make a great album. Well, I feel the same way about this one. This is my opinion. You might love this album to death, but my opinion is it's full of great songs, but just don't seem to cohere as a great album. But that's just for me. So there you go. So there's the albums. So I'm now going to tell you what are my favourite top 5 Iron Maiden songs. My top 5 Iron Maiden songs are: at 5, Fear of the Dark; at 4, Coming Home; at 3, Run to the Hills; At 2, Prodigal Son. And my all-time favourite Iron Maiden song at number 1, Wasted Years. So they were my top 5 favourite Iron Maiden songs, but what are my top 5 Iron Maiden albums? My top 5 favourite Iron Maiden albums are at number 5, Powerslave, number 4, Live After Death, number 3, Number of the Beast, at number 2, The Final Frontier, and my all-time favourite Iron Maiden album at number 1, Killers. Right, so let's have a look at my DVD collection. Okay, I'm going to start off my DVDs like I did with vinyl by showing you a DVD that's not an Iron Maiden DVD. This one is called Iron Maiden, the New Wave of British Heavy Metal, but the band don't endorse this. In fact, I don't think there's any Iron Maiden music on it, as memory serves. It's been a while since I've watched it, but they do get a lot of mentions or a few photographs in. What you do get on this video is Tigers of Pantan guitarist Rob Weir looking a lot like Swiss Tony from The Fast Show. If you've ever watched that programme from the 90s, comedy programme, The Fast Show, you half expect him going, saying on this DVD that being in the Tigers of Pantan is like making love to a beautiful woman. If you've seen the show, you'll know what I'm on about. If you haven't seen the show, you've not had a clue. It's been like over your head, but there you go. That's the first one. Next one up, it's classic albums, making of The Number of the Beast. Fascinating video of that. If you've never seen it, brilliant. Right, so you get that. Next one up is Iron Maiden, The Early Years. Trying to sound like death off of Bill and Ted. It's got a great documentary about the early days of Iron Maiden. It's got the Rainbow video on this. Lots of other little bits and pieces as well. It's a fantastic video. Next one up is Visions of the Beast. This one got all the promo videos, trying to get my words out there, for all the early stuff right up to the 90s, I think it was, up to 90, Brave New World, so a bit later than the 90s. So, yeah, that's awesome. It's a 2-disc DVD, it's fantastic. Next up, Rockin' Rio. Absolutely love that. Played that to death. Now, in this version, you get the concert, and then on disc 2, you get another little behind-the-scenes documentary, which is fascinating to watch. Next up, Live After Death. This is a re-release of the old VHS video. It's all been cleaned up and the sound's been recorded better. And also you get part 2 of the history of Iron Maiden on that. Fantastic video. Next up, got Death on the Road. Absolutely love this. This is my favourite live Iron Maiden DVD. Fantastic. From the Death on the Road tour. In this version, you get 2 discs on the DVD. One is for 5.1 and the other one is stereo, I think, I'm not too sure. And then you get behind the scenes and usual malarkey on that. Next one up, I've got the film Iron Maiden 666. It's got the little book version of pictures and that stills from an actual film. It's 2 discs. You get the video with all the documentary in, and then you get the one without the documentary. It's just all the live footage sewn together as one live video. Next up, I've got On Vivo, which is from the Final Frontier tour. Fantastic this one is again. Lots of lovely little extras on that. Next one up, Made in England 88. This is another re-release of the old VHS. You couldn't get this any other way. It was the VHS, and they've cleaned it up, cleaned up the sound. It's absolutely fantastic, and you get the third part of the history of Iron Maiden on that as well. And finally, I've got a little DVD of the Wildest Dreams single. So there we go. That's all my DVDs and everything. So now we can have a look at my books and my tour programmes. Okay, so first up we've got The Beast, which is Paul Di'Anno's autobiography. Now I will be doing a plain talking review of this book for a future video, so keep your eyes open for that one. Next one up is Bruce Dickinson's autobiography, What Does This Button Do? Now my son Michael got me this for my birthday, and he actually went and popped along at the signing, and I got it signed by the great man himself, Bruce Dickinson. There we go. Now, little story, little aside to this. Bruce Dickinson was born in Worksop. Now, Worksop is just up the road from me. It's literally 7 miles away, so he's a local lad. Turned good. Right, good old Bruce. There we go. Right, so the first tour programme is Beast on the Road. This was the first time I saw Iron Maiden. There's some absolutely cracking photos in this. This was my Bible on how a tour programme should be produced for many a year. When I was in bands and we were talking about merchandising, and I used to say, well, tour programmes, this is how it needs to be done. Absolutely love that. I did go and see the band on the Peace of Mind tour. I had the programme for that, but I just cannot find it anywhere. Can't remember what I've done with it. I might have sold it, or I just can't remember that I had that one. So the next one up is Powerslave World Slavery Tour. That's a fantastic gig that was. Absolutely loving that. Got some nice, lovely pictures on that. Iron Maiden, always commended for doing fantastic tour programmes. So, now I've had a look at my books and tour programmes. I know there's loads, infinite amount more. I just haven't got them. So, there we go, you might have them. But, well done. So, let's have a look at my other little miscellaneous bits and bobs. Okay, so you saw me with this at the beginning of the video, messing about. It's my Iron Maiden Book of Souls World Tour Iron Maiden plane. Now this is a model kit released by Revell of Germany. It makes into a fantastic little model, but I must advise caution. If you've never made a model kit before and you want to do this, I suggest you buy a couple of starter kits just to get 2 or 3 kits under your belt, because this has got some notoriously bad fit issues, especially on the bottom, and it does take a lot of work to get the bits to join together. There's a lot of filling, a lot of sanding when I did it. If you look back at the video that I did on this build, you can see all the little problems that I came up against it. So, like I say, makes into a great model, but if you've never built a model before, do go out and buy a couple of starter kits so you know what you need to be doing with them. Okay, my other model that I've got, Iron Maiden Aces High. Yet to do a review on this model kit. I think this could be my next model review. That'll be for a future video, so keep your eye out for that one. Okay, just put into one side. There you go. Next up, the only concert ticket I could find. There we go. From Monday, May the 16th. And I think that was the Peace of Mind tour. And it was £4. £4 to see Iron Maiden. Good grief. It's not £4 now, is it? I've got next up then. I've got my Iron Maiden calendar from 2016. That's got a lot of the artwork of the albums on there. Up there, I forgot to get it. Back in a minute. It's well thought out, this video, isn't it? I got this for Christmas. Mark Claire got me for Christmas, and it's the 2020 Iron Maiden calendar. It's got lots of lovely artwork on the back there for each month. Fantastic. Right, next up, that was the cover from a special edition of Metal Hammer. It's one of those sort of, like a 3D version of it, which I just took off and put it in the frame. Makes an excellent picture, that. And finally, I've got this little Iron Maiden picture that my stepdaughter Rebecca bought for me for Christmas 2 or 3 years back. It's a facsimile of their signatures. It still goes to make a nice little picture up anyway, so what they've done. So there we go. Right, one thing I nearly forgot about is this poster when I was in the band Powerslave UK. As you can see at the bottom here, July the 15th, we played the Ruskin Arms in London, and that was a memorable gig for us, to be playing in the very same pub on the very same stage as the mighty Iron Maiden have played. So there's one I nearly forgot about, but there you go. Had some really, really awesome times playing with Powerslave UK. I think it's one of those bands where if I could have a time machine, I'd go back and relive every moment. Every gig we had was awesome, and of course featured my best friend who died a couple of years ago, Mick Cutts. So now I'm going to have a look at my photo montage of my collection, and hopefully, if YouTube doesn't block my video, you're going to be hearing Powerslave UK's version of the Wicker Man with me on lead guitar. So hope you enjoy this.
You're
And there we have it. That's my little Iron Maiden collection. Love the band. They do cracking videos, cracking albums. They're just the best underground band ever, I think, because they never got the air support that everybody else seemed to get. They did it their own way. And I think they have got the world's best manager in Rod Smallwood as well. He should be the template that all band managers should follow. Right, so that's the end of another video. Hope you all enjoyed that one. If you did, please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. All very much appreciated. And of course, like and share my videos. So with that in mind, thank you all again for watching, very much appreciated. And here's to the next time, seeing you on the next episode of the Adrian Bauer Project.